Hey Rosebuds, welcome to the Rose Garden. I'm your host, Nyeri Rose. Alright, hey Rosebuds, we are back here with another episode and I am joined by a very special guest. She's a phenomenal woman, a beacon of light, more than words can just put into description. And her name is Jennifer Beasley, aka JayBee. She's joining me here. It's crazy because so much has happened, but I'm so glad that she's here. And this episode is conversations about cancer. I mean, we'll talk about why that is, but I'm just so happy that JayBee is here with us. So thank you for being here on this platform, JayBee. So many questions, literally, and I did a lot of homework.
Okay.
Before you sat here.
Okay, we're gonna see.
So, we are. But I recently saw this quote on Instagram, and it said, "It's a pleasure to be seen by someone who knows what they're looking at." And we recently have met each other, and I know when I saw you, I was like, "Dang, she fly!" I was like, "She is so fly."
Thank you.
And I was in my shell because I'm a mom, and I was like dressed down, and you were in your work, like you were working, and you noticed me, and that meant everything. So just you noticing me, like, it made me and helped me come out my shell, like to this day.
Okay.
To this day.
Good.
So
I'm glad.
My first question for you is, how big are you on energy? Like, what does energy mean to you?
Wow. Well, thank you for having me. I'm very, very, very grateful to be in your space. So thank you. But energy to me, number one, is very important. I feel like I'm a person that reads energy very well, especially in the type of job that I have. I have to kind of read the room, know what people are thinking. As an in-arena host, as a MC for events, like you have to kind of feel what people are feeling without them telling you. And not only that, it's not like it's just one person standing in front of me when I'm out there. It's, hundreds, thousands sometimes. And I have to be able to feel that, know that, feel like what's going on is making sense. And if it's not, I have to, make sure that it flows well into that. That's career-wise, but energy in like every day, it's important to me, and I think it should be important to others because it kind of keeps me away from danger. I don't know. I think that all the time. Like, I know not to stay around certain people, not to be in certain places, things like that, because like, it feels weird in here. And I listen to myself, and I know myself enough to know, like, if my insides are telling me something, if my gut is telling me something's not right, then I need to get on. So I use it as probably a survival tactic, but also kind of getting to know people, knowing that people are good people. It's not always to ward off, it's also to bring in, I try to emanate good energy so that I can only, take that in as well, but it's some other stuff out here, so we gotta be careful.
It's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on.
Stay dangerous.
Yeah, stay dangerous, baby. Stay dangerous, because like, what?
Now, you know how to command a crowd. I've seen it.
I try sometimes.
But before we get there, I have to know, where are you from?
Oh, honey, baby, if you don't know now, you know. I'm from the city of Compton, California, 90220 through the 222. And that's home. That is home.
Now, you came, I'm an educator, and you came and you spoke to my school's Black Student Union.
Yeah, very
and I'm
cool.
really appreciative of that. And you asked the question, like, what do you guys know about Compton? And I didn't really speak out, but there are a lot of stigmas that are placed on certain communities.
Of course.
And of course with Compton, like, one of the stigmas is that it's like, maybe ghetto or it's run down or there's a lot of criminal activity. That was totally not how you explain Compton to me. So can you kind of explain your upbringing and what that was like growing up in Compton?
Sure. So everybody knows the stigmas, but they don't know the startups. They don't know the statues that are there, the MLK monument that everybody likes to, put on a shirt or, take pictures of when they go, like it's the zoo and they want to see what the city is all about without really seeing us. But Compton and me growing up there was amazing. I went to schools in Compton. I went to St. Albert the Great, went to a private school. Yes, there are schools in Compton. Yes, there are private schools there too. There are homes. There are people that own them. Every person in my family owns their home in the city. I was blessed enough to work with the previous mayor and the mayor now. The first and youngest Black female mayor in Compton. There's just so much rich history, so much agricultural greatness that's there that people know nothing about because all they see is what the media obviously portrays because that's the cool thing, which is crazy to me. But my upbringing was great. I had, a great mother who, while she was a single mom, like she did her thing. My mom has like master's degrees and, working hard and all that good stuff. And that's all I saw. Education was definitely a major forefront in our family, in our household. I have a twin sister, and I have little brothers. They didn't really grow up in the city, but still, I saw people go from babies to adulthood without getting shot at, without getting robbed, without it. You know what I'm saying? These crazy and tumultuous things that people say come out of that city, but I've seen greatness come out of that city, which is why I started my brand Compton Celebrity, because I wanted to bring. I just wanted people to see, and I had to trademark a Compton Celebrity because to me, a celebrity period is, I think we should change that narrative of what it is. I think it's kind of changing now in 2024 anyway. But for me, a Compton celebrity is somebody that, like your show at Being a Rose, there we are definitely roses that grow from concrete. It's a hard foundation. So many things are put on us, but there are so many great things that grow and rise from there and are still beautiful, So I came about with that just from the notion that, we are underrepresented community and we're more than that though. So, a celebrity is way more than that.
I like how you say that entertainment, it kind of misconceptualizes a lot of these beautiful places because it's true. There's this TV show, I don't know if you know about it, it's called Them on Prime.
It looks scary, so I haven't watched it.
No,
don't do the horror.
Don't do it.
No.
I love horror.
Do you?
I love
oh
it.
wow.
Oh, yes.
Oh wow.
Gore.
What's your favorite scary movie? Do you have one?
Do I have a favorite scary movie?
Yeah. Sorry to turn the interview on you,
but
I'm very interested in that.
There's too many. My favorite horror thing, I guess, segment or is Freddy Krueger.
Okay. The Nightmare
Krugers.
Before Nightmare Before Christmas. Lord, look at me in my Disney. Yeah, I'm gonna be on that.
I love it. No,
or we go to sleep and get people through the night. Scary.
Freddy Krueger. Then it would be Saw. Then it would be Conjuring.
Oh wow. Oh, you like the scary.
Christine, but a lot of people don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't even want to. Cause
sorry.
Okay.
But it's just showing in Compton how a Black family moves in and then they deal with all of this racism.
Wait, Them is about the city of Compton?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, keep going. Yes, that's very interesting to me.
Just to make it brief,
yeah.
I can't get through it.
Interesting.
I can't. And you said something about how there's farmers. Like,
yeah,
I think your aunt had a farm or something along the lines of that there is agriculture in the city. So.
Yeah, people from Stockton way back because Compton was founded in 1888, May 11th, 1888.
I love
people
stats.
from, baby, I can't talk about it if I can't be about it, you know what I'm saying? So people farmers came from Stockton, California, and they came down and they named Compton. Compton was named after a white male. I forget his first name, but his last name is Compton. And that's how the city was born. It was known for its agriculture and for its farming and for its growth and for its horses, hence the Compton Cowboy. Shout out to Randy Savvy. He is really grown and letting the world know that there's more than just gang violence and craziness here. We have horses and farms and people that take care of their land, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that there are people there that, don't even really know themselves enough to take care of their own community. But, there's again, more there. There's more.
So would you say Compton prepared you for success?
Whoa, what a great question. I don't know that a city, a geographical place could prepare me. My mother prepared me for success.
Oh, come on.
She was not born in Compton, LA baby, South Central for sure. Did her community kind of, help her experience life? Yes. But her mother, inspired her and set her up for success. I don't think that that's something a place can do, which I think is why I think people think that, which is why, when you come from Compton or say that you're from there, it's such a you know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm not where I'm from. I'm who I am. And, I just No, I don't think it shaped my success, but it made me want to be more successful so that I could show people that this little girl from Compton can be just as cool as somebody from Hollywood or something. I don't know where people, would say somebody successful comes from. You go to Hollywood to show your success, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, people can grow up from anywhere, be from anywhere. It's what's inside of you that makes you that success. So I would say no, I don't think it did.
So then just going into your educational background, why journalism? Because you have a degree in journalism.
So common misconception, and I apologize.
Okay.
I went to college at Cal State Long Beach. I got in first year, all that good stuff, and I did major in music. Then I changed my major first year because music to me was not classical, learning Mozart, all that stuff. I wanted to kind of learn the business of music, which was not something that was offered there. So I just took music because I was like, oh, I love to sing, I love to entertain, and it was not what I thought. So, and I wasn't going to go to class if I had to learn what they were trying to teach me. So I changed it to broadcast journalism because I also loved hosting and, again, the entertainment aspect of music and things like that. But I did not graduate. I went there for 3 years and did not finish my final year because of getting sick.
Okay. So you went there, and would you say that at least in your experience, did you have a good time?
My first year, no. I was definitely in a culture shock. It's a school of 40,000 students, 40,000 plus students. And when I went there were only 2,000 plus Black students. Only reason I know that is because I joined an organization called the Africana Studies Student Association. I was an Africana Studies minor. So that's why I joined that group. And I was able to see a lot of the sociological aspects of college and how, I don't know why they always saying Black people get such cuts and things somewhere because we still not there. You know what I mean? It's damn, it's only 2,000 out of 40,000 students in Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how many people are in that area that are not Asian or white? You know what I'm saying? That could go to school, that got good grades. I'm not getting any handouts here, but I can step off that soapbox. Anyway, did I have a good time? My first year I did not. Again, culture shock. I was at UCLA and Dominguez every day.
What?
Every day, because UCLA got his things too, but my best friend went there, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna just be up there with you, and then Dominguez was all the Black kids. That's the the only HBCU we had at that time, which is obviously is not one, but it just made me feel comfortable and at home. So my first year, hated it. No, it was terrible. Second year, I was like, I'm a grown woman and I'm gonna not let this place conquer me. So then I started having fun. Yes, I started adding myself into clubs and stuff. I did a lot of things on campus that made life a little bit more, enjoyable for me. I went to class all the time. I lived on campus, met new people. I was more open to meeting new people and noticed that everybody wasn't against me. They definitely it had its issues as well, but where can you go that doesn't? And I met some really cool people that are still my friends today. So yeah, college was awesome. I wish I would have finished. I didn't. Again, my mom. She wishes I would have finished too, but life happens, Would I go back to school now? Probably not, because I feel like I'm already doing what I love to do. But I guess it would help money-wise, and when people look at that piece of paper and say, oh, you finished this, you're intelligent, this is how we gauge you. I guess that, but I don't really care anymore. So
no, that just touches on my next question, because it's college for everybody, and you kind of talked about culture shock, and at least from my perspective, I experienced the opposite.
Oh wow!
My first year of college, I went to Howard University.
Oh, come on, Bison.
Okay. We did not finish.
Okay.
For several reasons.
Yeah.
That we will unpack another time.
Okay.
But being around a bunch of Black folks, that was shocking.
Yeah.
That.
Interesting.
On good and bad.
We're still getting people from all different type of places that have learned different things, seen different things, have different experiences, so I can get that. I can understand the good, because obviously what makes sense, but I can also understand the bad, because we do some extra things sometimes, you know what I mean, as a people, and we definitely we are our own worst enemies and critics and all that stuff, and we criticize others and judge others. I'm sure it was a lot of I'm better than yous and all of that good stuff.
But we still experience
all day. It's what we're taught and what we're not taught, you know what I'm saying? So it's we're still learning ourselves as a culture, especially in a new generation, and we're learning new things and awakening and all that stuff. So it's hard.
It's hard. And that brings me to, because I did my research.
Okay,
you are the woman of diversity.
I am.
Yes, you
are.
So being that you are the woman of diversity, to mix and mingle with other races, cultures, because some people are very black centered and like black culture, and you have to stick with us. But is it beneficial to reach outside of that and to network?
I'm so happy that you're asking this question. I think it's so important and so imperative that someone answers it too, you know. Woman of Diversity, it was an award I got, and thank you for doing your research, girl. I won an award from the Los Angeles Lakers and Comerica Bank for Woman of Diversity. They have a yearly kind of award that they give. It's about 6 of them with different titles, and mine that I was awarded was Woman of Diversity, and that's just obviously just being able to do exactly what you said. Do I think it's important? Absolutely. I am very black centered. I do think that someone can be pro-black and have black power and black excellence inside of them and all of that, and not be anti everybody else. It doesn't mean that I don't like other people, don't, see them as, great as well. It just means that I'm black first. When I walk through that door, the first thing you see is I'm a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Because I got short hair, so they might be like, oh,
right, no.
Black. Okay, perfect. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I have to, I know that, you know what I mean? I have to stand in that and acknowledge that, and I'm very, very proud of that. It's lit over here, it's a little dangerous, but it's lit over here. And but yeah, I use that as a superpower. Not everybody can deal with and be around and understand and not focus on the negative about black people. And being one, it like I said, it's lit, but it's dangerous, and dangerous, but it's lit, I think that it is very important to be able to intermingle, whatever, with other races and ethnicities and just backgrounds, because that's how you learn, that's how you grow. We might have been the first, but we're not the last, you know what I'm saying? We've had to grow and become these new people. And I think that other races and cultures have done that too. We can learn from them. I don't think that it's a negative thing to love other people. I just don't. Now, don't get me wrong now. I get a little upset when I see certain things, but at the end of the day, this world is not just ours, it's everybody's, and we have to live on it together. And the only way to do that is to learn other people and be tolerant of what their background might be, and be open to other perspectives. We're not the end all be all.
I look at it like this. If there was an apocalypse, you would have to depend on several varieties of people to hopefully help you. Are you ready if there's an apocalypse?
Is that a real question for me?
That's a real question.
I have this tattoo right here.
I love it. Come on, tattoo.
And
what does that mean? What is that?
I got you, girl. Because I'm ready for that apocalypse. That's what I mean. It is Queen Nefertiti, or Queen JayBee, with the gas mask on, because I used to have these dreams when I was younger, and I still have them now. This is like the only reoccurring dream that I have, and it's always of me in a war, and I'm always fighting, and I'm rolling on the ground. I'm doing I'm getting up out of there. I might have to shoot some people, might have to throw some tear gas. I got that gas mask on, and I'm like, I'm ready. I'm always alive in the dreams. You know what I'm saying? I never die in them. So it means like I'm a survivor in multiple ways, I'm a survivor in my mind, and I know that I'm a survivor in real life too, and I've always resonated with the goddess in me too. Like, I know that there's something else in there, even though I don't always feel it or portray it sometimes. I know that it's in there. And she keep me right. Am I ready for apocalypse? Yes. I got my little bug out bag, you know what I mean? I'm starting it, because some things is expensive.
You said, is this a real question?
Because I was ready for her, because I'm like, wait, for real?
Yes.
Oh, yes. But when it comes to other races and stuff, white folks gonna stay with white folks, Asians gonna stay with Asians. I don't know what's gonna happen with black people, because we're so much has happened to us that we don't know who to trust right now. We don't know to trust ourselves. We don't know to trust other people. We don't know who's trying to take from us. We don't know who's really with us. You know what I mean? Now money, in an apocalypse, I don't know that money would be too involved. Now it's going to be goods and services and how to barter, which is what life was before money even existed. Anyway, something that we created out of freaking paper, but I digress. It's gonna be a lot of that going on. And am I ready? Yes. Again, I'm gonna read the energy. You know, is this person here to help me or are they here to harm me?
Energy.
Is this yeah, I mean,
right, clock
yeah,
it.
yeah. You better do it in that war, in that apocalypse, and then in those hard times of, you know, is this person here to help or harm? You know, and so yeah, am I ready? Yes, I need to learn how to shoot a gun probably, but I gotta do other things, so it's all right. Yeah, exactly.
We watch a lot of anime over here,
so I'm with it too.
That brings me. You talked about school, and you said that you got sick during school. So we're just gonna switch gears here.
Okay.
And my question is, why is the number 23 your favorite number?
What kind of research did you do?
We talked.
Oh my God! Oh shoot. Okay.
I remember things.
Okay, well that's awesome.
Just to set the tone.
Okay.
Why is 23 significant to you?
That's good. I almost wore that necklace today too, and I was like, man, I won't wear it this time. Well, I'm gonna still talk about it.
You're gonna still talk about it.
That's gonna be a tattoo I add over here too. 23 is important to me because 23 was the age I was diagnosed with cancer. It was also the day that I was diagnosed. It was also the day that I became cancer-free, or I finished my stem cell transplant. So technically a new birthday, September 23rd. It's just a day that I've gotten like a city award on the 23rd. Like a lot of amazing things have happened to me on the 23rd. Also bad things have happened, but either way, like I still was able to like thrive, survive, and grow. So yeah, 23 is very significant. Obviously, I'm a big sports fan, so like Michael Jordans of the world and the LeBron James of the world, like the greats, the GOATs, you know, all have that number attached to them in some type of way. And at some point in your life, you're going to wear that number because, you know, clothing brands, I think, notice that as well. So, yeah, that's why I wear 23.
You were 23 when you found out that you were diagnosed with cancer. What was that experience like? What were you diagnosed with? Like, could you kind of take us down that path?
Sure. So January, oh my, oh Lord, January 2013, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a blood cancer. It was definitely something I was shocked about. I mean, who thinks of that? You know what I mean? Like, one day I'm going to get diagnosed with, you know, that's not something that people think about often, especially not at the age I was. But I definitely felt like I had some symptoms that told me something was going on. I had night sweats. I would sweat at night, like have to change my shirt because I would be like so hot. And I'm not a hot person. I'm always cold, you know. I had extreme profuse itching all the time for like a year. Just an itch that just could not be scratched, you know, and it was everywhere. Feet, back, hands, arms, all the time. And it was constant, and I just didn't do anything about it. And then finally I ended up going to the hospital because I noticed I had a lump in my neck, and it was getting larger, and it was like not moving. And I mean, it didn't hurt, but I could notice it. I went to the nail shop one day, and my nail tech was like, "Yeah, so like you got a lump in your neck." Like, I was like, oh wow. So other people are noticing it too. Something's going on. Then I always had like a pain like in my shoulder too, like when I would be at work and things. I worked in retail at the time in Long Beach, and it was just starting to hurt a lot, and I was very fatigued, always tired. I'm not a tired person either. I always have energy, and I was like, oof, I would be tired at the end of the day. So that's kind of like the beginning of it, and why I went to the doctor in the first place. Definitely was the lump part, because now it's like, whoa, this is not normal, you know. So they told me that day, no tests, no nothing. The doctor was like, pretty sure this is cancer. You need to come in here like next week. We're gonna do a biopsy, and that's when they put put a piece of whatever they take out of wherever they feel like the tumor is. In my case, my neck. Take a piece of that, put it on a petri dish, look at it, you know, under a microscope, and say, hey, this is what kind of cancer it is. This was probably the stage that it's in, all that good stuff. So I did exactly what she said. I mean, I went back the next week, got my biopsy, you know, and I mean, they told me 2 weeks they were going to be able to tell me like what stage, if it really was, what kind of cancer, all that. It didn't even take 2 weeks. When I tell you it took like 2 days, that was like the fastest I've ever heard of anything like that happening. Wow. They were like, you have Hodgkin's lymphoma, it's stage 2. You got to start chemo ASAP because it's growing and rapidly, and you need to come on. And yeah, that's how I started.
Did you have enough time to even process?
No.
Yeah,
no.
It doesn't seem like
No,
it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to do anything.
Right.
I was in a relationship at the time. Didn't really have a really great relationship with my like family at the time, because they weren't like approving of what the relationship that I was in. It was dwindling at that time anyway, you know, after like 3 and something years from meeting them in college and all that good stuff. Like, we're living together. It was just, you know, life be life, and it doesn't stop for, you know, anything. Life is going to keep going. And regardless if I was in school and had a career and thought I was happy, maybe I'm not happy, trying to figure out things with my family, you're going to get some cancers. And I say that with an S because people think that cancer is the only thing that I've gone through, and it is not.
It's not.
It wasn't the first, and it's not going to be the last, unfortunately. You know, as a human being on this earth, like this spirit having this, you know, physical experience, it's going to be some things to experience, and that's just one of them.
Wow. So 23 years old, you get diagnosed, and then you start chemo, I'm assuming, like right away?
Yeah, so all of this happened in like January. I started chemo in February.
Wow.
Like, I mean, everything happened so I couldn't believe it, how fast everything was happening. This is like, whoa, you know? My grandmother, rest in peace, Mabel Warren, she died of breast cancer. And so it wasn't my first time like having the experience, but it's definitely first time me experiencing something like this. You know, the worst thing on my body that I've broken was a big toe. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what it was like to stay in the hospital and have somebody check your IV every 2 hours for weeks at a time. Like, it was terrible, you know? Yeah, not a great place to be at all.
I received that because growing up, I experienced a lot of the women in my family pass on due to ovarian cancer, colon cancer, just various cancers. And I've seen I've seen the difference in someone who has the fight versus someone who chooses not to fight at all. I've seen I don't know if they did this with you, where they give you your projected life expectancy. And I just think that is so traumatizing, especially as a Black woman, to say, hey, you're going through this and this is what you need to do if you want to survive. Because there's all of these different like holistic measures and alternatives, but that's not the first thing that's advertised.
Well, of course, because there's no money in that. There's no money in people being well. There is money in people being sick. And this capitalistic society that we live in now, that is key. You know, I want to continue to make people sick that they can keep coming to these doctors so they can keep me. My bill at the end of everything, and thank God that Obama, and people always ask, what did Obama do for us? Well, I'm going to tell you what he did for me. Okay, he raised that medical to where you can be under your parents' medical until you're 26. And I went through chemo for 2 years. You know, and at 23, come on, math now. I'm not good at numbers, but 23 to 25, like I was just under, you know, that time where I could be covered. My bill was like $1.2 million that I did not pay. I have zero medical debt. Come on, talk while I listen. I have zero medical debt because God got me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, as a Black woman, when you know that this medical field does not have our back, does not have our best interest, are ready to kill us when they can, you know what I mean? Although we brought life into this world, I digress. You know, you know what I'm saying? Right. But you know, it was so fast, it was so crazy. Definitely didn't have time to think about it, ingest it. I was just like, come on. But you talked about it a little bit, like. You have seen the people that have wanted to fight it, and you've seen the people that want to lay down and let it have them, you know. Cancer is not what kills you. Chemo is what kills you. And what makes you sick, at least.
What makes you sick.
Yeah. Because what? Oh, terrible. I was almost 200 pounds at the time because it made me gain weight at first.
Right.
And then, of course, you know, having chemo, you lose your body mass and bones, and you know, my teeth were falling out, lost my toenails, I was like a 99 pounds, obviously you lose your hair. Yeah, they told me, you know, you need to start preparing your will and testament. They didn't give me a life expectancy time. I just looked that up on my own. And they were just like, hey, what do you want to, if you got anything at 23 years old, probably not. What do you want to leave? Because you might be leaving, sis, you know what I mean? I mean, it's cancer. People don't come back from that. It takes something, and it's probably the first time I'm ever even saying this, but it takes a certain type of person, a certain type of will and mentality, or a shift in mentality, because you may not always have been like that, to say, I'm gonna beat this, and I'm gonna do everything I can to do that. And from day one, I always felt like that. I was like, oh, this is just one thing again that I've been through, and this life that I've been through this far. I know that I'm going to beat this, and this is how I'm going to do it. And that's just taking it day by day, and thank God I had a good support system behind me to kind of help facilitate that.
Now, for those of you who don't know,
Uh-oh.
as an educator, the one thing that we have to do is show TED Talks. And I was mind blown. This is my whole fascination. JayBee has her own TED Talk.
I do.
And I watched it.
Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, no. You're like, the goddess is in you. It's there.
Thank you.
You are an amazing, powerful being. And I was just looking at the comments, and people were like, this is motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if not anything else, you talked about so much.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to see her sing,
why does everybody do that to me?
I'm so sorry. But one of the things that you said is not really knowing where the cancer came from, but is it an consumption or overconsumption of something else? Like, was it something that you weren't paying attention to? Was it your habits? I know you say that you do not drink or smoke, and I commend you for that, because that's something that really pollutes our community, the drinking and the smoking and drugs and all of these things. So you saying that and living in that, I see it because you're glowing. But do you think that life, and you say life be life, and it does that cause dis-ease or disease?
Yes, it absolutely does. The things that happened to me in my younger years and within my family and things like that, I definitely think that they, helped in that. It wasn't like I was just hated in my life. I don't want my family to just think that, but like, no, I went through some stuff, you know what I mean? And it's funny that you asked that, because I think all the time, like, dang, how did I get how did that happen to me? I think that it was the M&M minis and grapefruit juice that I used to drink every day.
Stop it.
You said consumption. I know that sounds crazy, but you know how stuff says may cause cancer on the outside of that window, and we think that it's not going to do that to us. I think I was one of the people that it happened to. As crazy as that might sound, it's real as heck. You know what I'm saying? I used to eat M&M minis and a grapefruit juice. Why that connection together, I don't know. Every single day in high school. Like, that's years of that, you know what I mean? That's the one before inflation. So I was, all I need is like $5 and I'm cool, not having healthy meals every day, not having breakfast every day. Some people's families are able to provide that for them. I don't even think people, man, I could go on for days about the things that I feel like people are not grateful about or don't see as something that they should be like, wow, this is something that other people do not have. Just a warm meal every morning type of thing. Or I've had warm meals every morning in a household, but if I didn't finish that meal, I had to eat it. Or if I threw up, I might have. It was a tumultuous time, when I did have those things. But yeah, life be lifing.
I was recently watching an interview with Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan.
I watched a little bit of it too.
I loved it. Some people, they have their own opinions, but he basically said, like, in life we all have our vices. He eats healthy, and he's taking on like more of a vegan approach. I mean, because
he was talking about his wife and how she like helped him look younger, and what she has him eating, and he had an alarm that went off so he could take his tinctures of oils and things. It sounds wild, but he looked good.
He looked good, right? But he said, I'm gonna still smoke my cigarette.
Yes, he did. Because I mean, hey, baby, we gonna have to life be. I gotta have something. Good question. We talked about it already. You already know the answer. I'll tell the people. It's coffee.
Yes.
Coffee is my vice. I love it. I don't have it. I have it every day. Haven't had some today because I want to be pure for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna go get some after this though.
Yes, you are.
Coffee is my vice. I think that it's so comforting. I love the taste of it. I love how I can make it how I want, I don't have multiple cups a day. At least I try not to. I do sometimes, but very rarely. But I got to have my coffee. I have to have it. It's definitely my addiction. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I never have drank. Like, I just don't. That has never been something I was interested in. And now that I'm older, I'm so grateful that I didn't even start that. I mean, I'm the life of the party without it. And I think people take it to have that liquid courage. But I've never needed courage. I've always just had it in me, and coffee, that's some liquid something. I don't know. I don't know, but it's something in that cocoa bean for sure.
Now, I want to, before we wrap up, a few more things.
Yeah.
I want you to kind of like brag on yourself, because you are, in my eyes, you're a community activist. So you talked about Compton Celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing for your community now?
Oh man.
Tell them.
God.
Tell them. What you doing?
Yeah, so on top of Compton Celebrity and trademarking that and telling people what it is and what it ain't and how they should, view themselves or their community, I also go back to LA probably 2-3 times a month to still host events there. Mm-hmm. They kind of knew me for that. I started Compton's first open mic, the Compton open mic that went for 2 years. Last Thursday of every month, over 200 people at the Douglas Dollar High Community Center, allowing people to have a platform to showcase their talents. I still do open mics in the city right now in South Central. Shout out to South LA Cafe and the folks over there. I still, I'm gonna tell you stuff that people don't know. You said brag on myself. I mean, I don't know if this is a brag. I don't know, but I help people go to college. I always, donate to people. I would say I donate to young women and men's college funds that are from Compton. If I see that they're going to a HBCU and they're like, damn, I'm only $30,000 away from like my housing and stuff like that, like I always donate a significant amount. I still refer a lot of brands like a Shoe Palace, like a Nike, to different nonprofits that happen in the city. I've hosted the Children Striving Together Gala for the last 7-8 years now. I still do that. My mom is on that board. I provide my time with that. I do a lot of event consultation, and I also mentor young women who are entrepreneurs from the city. Yeah, I'm an open book. I have a book. I think something I did for the city is something I've done for the city that can kind of last a little bit longer is my book, Straight Out of Chemo, A Fight for Love and Life. I have the city in the background with me on the front looking like a boss, a head honcho queen, you know what I'm saying? The books I used to read when I was younger was like, not really the Zanes, but like the boss queen, the girl, no, because like, wow, but like, the Sister Soldiers and stuff, those types of books. And every time I would see those books, or, the ones that had like women entrepreneurs write them, like the Deja Kings, they always had some woman on the front with like a fur coat and like looking real like bossy, And I'm like, that's what I want to look like on mine, because I'm triumphant and I am a boss, and I am, rich in spirit and health now, and I want people to know that that's what Compton is too. So yeah, I wrote a book about it.
All right, I love it. Before we go,
yes,
I don't know why, but I like to play games.
Okay, I like games too. I've always wanted to be a game show host. Let's go.
Well, you are an arena host.
I am.
Let's see if you're ready.
Okay.
I'm going to hit you with a music trivia.
Okay. I love music. Let's go.
We're going to start off real simple.
Okay, the $100 question.
In 1994.
Okay.
There was an artist, a rapper by the name of Warren G, who put out a song called Regulate. Mm-hmm. Regulate has a feature. Is that feature A, Snoop Dogg, B, Nate Dogg, or C, Tupac?
B, Nate Dogg.
Ding, ding, ding. See? Okay, cool.
Nate Dogg.
Right.
Shout out to Nate Dogg. Rest in peace, man. Oh my God, man, the hitter.
And Warren G, I think he was born in Long Beach, I just put
South Central out here. That's it too. I connect Long Beach with us. Compton and Long Beach, we're in trouble. Okay.
This is a finish the line.
Oh gosh.
All
okay.
Right. You ready?
Yeah.
I fly with the stars in the skies.
I am no longer trying to survive.
Come on.
I believe that life is a prize. But to live doesn't mean you're alive. Don't worry about me and who I fire. I get what I desire. It's my empire.
Yes, I call it shots.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Good job.
Moment for Life is one of my favorite songs because, man, lyrics go crazy.
Lyrics go crazy. And I know you mentioned the line from Drake, everybody dies,
but not everybody lives. Yeah.
And so that really stuck out to me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hit you with
I appreciate that. I hear you. I see you.
All right, we got one more. All right. You're just too good to be true.
Finish the line, huh?
Finish the line.
You're just too good to be true. What could that be? Can't take my eyes off of you. You be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much.
Oh
yeah, I love that.
Okay, run.
Yes, Lauryn Hill, baby.
Yes.
She's my number one.
all right, we're almost there.
Okay.
Never mind. Who played Marquis de Lafayette / Thomas Jefferson in Hamilton?
Oh my gosh. What is this man's name? He also played Sebastian in the live action of Little Mermaid. My God, he has curly hair. It starts with a T. Oh, wait, no, because he was Thomas Jefferson. That's the T I'm thinking about. God dang it. What is his name? Oh my God. He also played in Snowpiercer. Oh my gosh. I know you. I know this man. Ugh.
You need help?
Is this giving me help?
Right.
Crap. Yes, I need help.
Okay. This is David.
Oh my God. It's such a cool name too.
Fun fact, she gave me homework to watch
did.
Hamilton.
Okay, how'd you like it?
I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like musicals, but that was 2 hours and 40 minutes worth my time.
Okay. I'm so happy that you loved it.
Shout out to David because he's from Oakland.
Hey, turn up, man. Lin-Manuel Miranda, such a great artist. That's the entertainer of my life right now. Like, he is just amazing. And thank you for watching that. I'm so glad.
No, thank you for putting me on. This is the last one.
Okay.
Are you my friend?
Are we locked in? Yes and yes.
She cleared
Look,
that.
I'm learning some choreography right now because they're not like us. You know what I'm saying?
And you met Kendrick Lamar, did you not?
I have met him a couple times. Yeah,
What?
yeah. So first time I met Kendrick was. Dang, was it the first time I met him? Was that? I don't know the chronological order, but we'll just say it. The first time I met him, I worked at Apple. He used to come into that particular one all the time. I ain't gonna say where it's at because people might start going there just for that. But yeah, he used to come into that Apple all the time, and people would tell me, "Oh my God, Kendrick was here. You weren't here." Like everybody, I had come to Celebrity Brand during that time already, so everybody used to tell me like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you weren't here." And one day, he was in the corner at the Genius Bar with his back turned. I said, "That's Kendrick Lamar right there." I know Kendrick when I see him now. A lot of celebrities are like that for me. I don't know. I can just tell by the back of their head who that is. And I saw him, and I was like, "Oh my God, if he gets up and he has to walk out." You know what I mean? I'm talking to him. And he got up, he was about to walk out, and I said, "Excuse me. I am such a big fan. I know everybody tells you that, but I'm from the city. I can't believe I don't even have my Compton necklace on right now. Like, I own a brand, Compton Celebrity, and I also started the first open mic. I'm JayBee, and it is a pleasure to meet you." And he was like, "Pleasure to meet you too." Like, I said, "Can I please have a video or a picture? I would rather a video because this is what I do. So please, can I?" He was like, "You know what? Next time." And I said, "I would let you leave with that next time, but it probably won't be one. I might not be here tomorrow. You might not be either." And he said, "Okay, let's do it right now. Put the phone down and do your video." I said, "Okay."
Aww.
So I put the phone down and I said, "What's going down, y'all? It's your girl JayBee. I'm here with Ken K. Dot, Kendrick Lamar." He was like, "What's up, Compton, JayBee?" And I was like, "Do it for the city, man." He said, "No doubt." And that was it. I know that video by heart, girl.
Right, that's like a fairy tale.
It was awesome. I didn't take no for an answer. I wasn't weird with it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have any like security or anything like that. It was never did. Like super cool. Let me do that. And then I met him again at his Christmas giveaway that he always does every year in the city. He does a lot that people don't know about. So I'm always gonna show love for that. I do a lot that people don't know about, and I feel like, you know, two like minds, you know, coming together for the city is very, very important. And he's always shown love, and I'm gonna always show love for him because he's a Pulitzer Prize winning, Grammy winning,
Let's go.
you know, artist. And I am a TEDx speaking in arena host, author, and I get to sit across from you. So I'm grateful for all my moments.
You know what? This was so wholesome. Thank you, JayBee. Thank you for being on the Rose Garden.
Of course.
I'm gonna make sure everybody knows where to find you.
Thank you.
Rosebuds, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I mean,
me too. I hope so.
I hope so. This was lit. Thank you so much for being here.
And you're welcome.
You know what? Keep inspiring others. And like you said, don't take no for an answer.
That's right.
Don't do it.
That's right.
So with that being said, you know, when life gives you thorns, search for roses. Peace, y'all. Hey.